How to recession-proof your money. Hello, welcome to Women's Financial Empowerment Group. I'm your host, Ruth Agbeloso. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. If this is your first time, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with your friends. If you've been here before, please go ahead and like, share, do all those wonderful things. Oh, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll know whenever I upload a new video. On this channel, I discuss all things financial, making money, saving money, investing money, and more. So you're gonna wanna come back over and over to hear what I have in store for you. I am a financial coach, and it's my job to help you get from point A to point B in your financial journey. So if you think that financial coaching or financial consulting may be right for you, go ahead and see my information in the description box, and let's figure out whether or not we'd be a good fit to work together. In today's video, I'd like to talk to you about how to recession-proof your money. Some people say that recession is on the horizon. It's going to happen, it's just a matter of time. And some people say we're already in a recession. We see that prices are through the roof, especially when it comes to gas and food and other day-to-day items. So we know that whether we're in a recession or we're about to be in a recession, we definitely know that a recession is in the air, and we need to be prepared for it, because as we're on our wealth building journey, we don't want a recession or anything else to throw us off course. So I'm going to give you some tips that will help you to protect your money during the recession. So tip number one, make sure that you have an emergency fund. I talk about emergency funds so much. I'm sure you have seen me talk about emergency funds in other videos. So if you haven't been following me that long, go ahead and binge watch some videos. They're there on my channel so you can watch. And I will also link a video where I talked extensively about emergency funds, how to set them up. So go ahead and take a look at that video if you don't have an emergency fund. But I talk about emergency funds so much because I care about you. I want to make sure that you're protected. It's like, you just got your hair done at the beauty salon and then it rains and you don't have an umbrella. What's going to happen? Your hair is going to get all wet. Your nice new do that you spent all that money on is going to be ruined. But if you have an umbrella, then you can protect your do and you can look good and feel good about what you've just spent your money on. Of course, an emergency fund is not an actual umbrella, but it definitely protects your finances in case of an emergency, in case of a job loss or extended illness or anything that would greatly affect your finances. So it's very important to have an emergency fund so that you'll have that cushioning. So if something happens during the recession, whether you lose your job or you're not making as much money in your business, you'll still be able to live the lifestyle that you live right now for the most part, because you have that cushioning in place. Tip number two, live within your means. I know that doesn't sound fun, but you can have a fun life and be prepared for the recession. It's just that you have to make sure that you're mindful with your spending. Now is not the time to splurge on handbags right now, or shoes, or anything else that you really don't need at this moment. You want to make sure that you have a cash reserve. So be very mindful about your spending. Make sure that you have a budget so that, yes, you can get the things that you need, but keep your wants a little bit low during this time, just to make sure that your money is protected. Okay? Tip number three, make sure that you have multiple sources of income. Now, that doesn't mean that you're gonna have several different jobs. However, having multiple sources of income gives you more of a cushioning, because again, if your job is no longer there or your business is not doing quite well, you'll have other means of making money to keep you afloat during a recession. I'll talk more about different ways that you can make money in a separate video, but just know that there are so many ways that you can make money without having actual jobs, several different jobs, but you want to make sure that you have multiple ways of making money during this time. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because if one thing doesn't work out, you want to make sure that you have something else to back you up or as backup. Okay. All right, the next tip is you want to make sure that you keep your credit score high. During this time, you want to make sure that your credit score is high because, what if something happens and you need to get a loan, or you need to get some type of credit, or you need to get an apartment, or you need to get another job, something that requires looking at your credit history, looking at your credit score. You want to make sure that you keep it high so that you're not paying the highest interest, or you're not being passed over for a position or anything else like that. So you want to make sure that you're mindful of that. And you know what, during a recession, that is the time where people tend to lose a lot of money. That's when people shop more, even though some people say, oh, people are shopping less. But honestly, when people feel stressed out, a lot of times they do tend to shop more. Yes, there are people that shop less, but I definitely see it where sometimes people need retail therapy. So during this stressful time, they do spend more. And then if you're putting more and more on a credit card, or you're taking out more loans or things like that, that will cause your credit score to go down. So be mindful of that and keep those credit scores up. Keep that credit score, you only get one. Keep it up so that you can make sure that you have it in case you need it. And the final tip, make sure that you're investing for the long term. It's so easy to pull out during a recession, pull your money out of the market and feel scared that you're gonna lose all of your money. But honestly, as someone who has gone through a recession before as an investor, I know that it can be stressful. However, just know that the history of the stock market is that when it goes down, it comes back up again. So I'm not making any claims that you will not lose money or anything like that. That's my disclaimer. But I'm just saying, based on the history, it has shown that it goes up and it goes down and it goes up and it goes down. So the best course of action, I think, and this is only my opinion, this is not investment advice, is to make sure that you're investing for the long term, because you want to make sure that during this time you're still building your wealth. Right now, prices may be very low, and for some of us, this is an opportunity for us to invest more so that when the prices go back up, we'll have bigger gains. But definitely, you want to make sure that you're mindful of your risk tolerance before you invest and see how much you're comfortable with investing, because you want to make sure that you're putting yourself in a position to win. And all of these things that I've mentioned, I actually help my clients with. Each of them, we sit down and we discuss them and we set up goals and strategies around them based on their individual needs. So if this sounds like something that you may need some help with, definitely reach out to me and let me know so that we can set up a consultation and see whether or not we'd be a good fit to work together. I hope these tips have been helpful to you. If they have, please go ahead and leave a comment in the description, or if there's more tips that you're thinking of, please leave those in the comment section. I'm sure they will be a blessing to someone else. That's it. Please go ahead and like and share this video. And remember, change your mind, change your pocketbook. Goodbye now.